Hello Internet, hello fellow modelers. Last night you had a bit of a weird experience if you looked at my video on AK weathering pencils, and I kind of made a lot of boobs in it, to be honest. I set up my camera, I thought I'd done a good job of it, but I actually had the camera at the wrong angle, so all you could see was my knuckles and me not even showing you the wagon half the time because I had it in front of me because I was using a small mirror, not mirror, a glass to do the work. Some of the finer detail need a little bit close-up work doing, but on the whole I think you got the gist. If you watch the full 26 minutes, after about 8 or 9 minutes my hand wasn't in the way as much. I'd realised and moved it back. But anyway, I accept all the criticism that I got, which is very minimal to be fair, so that's credit to you guys for seeing that. Obviously it was my first one, but this isn't a paid advert. This is just purely what I was using last night and how I felt about it. I voiced my concerns last night about the pencils being a bit greasy, but it is what it is. They are usable. You can use them. And I didn't use my Infinity airbrush like I said I was going to finish off the models. I made sure that I just stuck with the pencils and obviously water and the acrylics that I was using, because I did use some different things which I'll highlight here in a minute, on the numbers which I've used. So you can see the box. There's 2 layers in this box. The pencils come, the number. Let me take one out just to show you a close-up. This is pencil number 1. You probably pick out the number there, it says 1, but it's also got an item number at the top of it. They all have an item number. If I turn it the right way, that'd help. So you can see this one is 10,001 and it says black on it with AK. And all these pencils are all highlighted with a number on them, and the colour at the top as well. And if you look along the top of the pencil, you'll see there's a colour coding on the top of the pencil. It's really, really well put together. And I paid about 42 quid for this because I had an order for a long time, and I'm really glad that I bought it, because it's not better than using my Infinity spray airbrush, but it adds another dimension to your modelling, and it allows you to add things, because you can draw with the pencils. You can draw little, like with white, you can put numbers on the side of your wagons, or you can do little highlights and little things that, you know, they're going to be great for doing outlines for graffiti and stuff like that. That's something to look at in the future, especially with the colour codes that they've got here. 37 pencils, it's amazing, to be honest. But let's just have a look at some of the stuff I was using. I was using some AV, and it's aluminum for Americans, and it's 71.062. So that I was using for my buffers. I was using medium rust, which is a MIG, and it's MIG 040. That's what I was using on my wheels. And then I've got MIG 072. You can see it in the light here. 072, and that's dust. I was using that along the bottom of the wagon itself. And obviously I was using the matte black, which is 046. That was just to do bits of highlighting and that down the actual ribs and that. And I used a bit of earth as well just to finish off the bottom of the wagons, which is 073. And finally, lastly, I was using the fresh engine oil, which is engine and fuel, which is again a MIG product, and you can see there it's MIG 1408. So that's all the items I was using. On top of that, the good old as you can see, there's a lot of paint on there. I was dabbing on the top. This is how I did my rusting on the top, using that. And I'm sure, oh yeah, I've got my what have I done with them? I've got all my here they are. Here's some of the utensils I was using as well. My trusted paintbrush, which I bought recently. I was using a size 2. That was to do the main work with, and then I was using a 2-0 to do the small work with, and then I was using these artist pencil. They're not pencils. They're like rubbers on the end, and they're very flexible, and you can smudge and do stuff, and you can use the metal end on the end to scratch stuff. And I was using that, and this is the one I use mainly, the one with the point on it. That was to do in the buffers with, so I could dab the engine oil or black on it, and also pulling this down the lines of the ribs and stuff like that in areas where I couldn't get in. So they're some of the tools that I was using just to get that effect that I got last night. Let me just let me pop all these down and move them out of the way, and let's bring the models on, which is what this is all about. So bear with me a second, guys, while I just try and organise this a bit easier. Now what I'm going to do I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you like each model and what it looked like originally, and hopefully with my iPhone this will be a little bit more fun. So that was the original model, because I've got 2 boxes, so you can see how it came when it came from Fleischmann. It was pretty straightforward tanker, nice detailing on it, but let me just remove that now, because you've seen what that looked like, and put it on its side so it didn't roll off and damage. So this is the finished product, and I'm sure you'll agree it looks pretty cool. I'm going to try and make the picture bigger so you can get a closer, but I've done the wheels as well. I've rusted the wheels up so they all look, but you can see, let me just use this. Yesterday on my video at the start, I drew a line there in rust, and you can see that I've actually managed to just get it to drip down as well a little bit, so it looks as if it actually has been there a long time. You'll see another one at the bottom there which I've created, and you'll see some rust on the top there, some dots where it's dripped right down, and you can see that all the way along using the orange pencil. It's all the Orca pencils, which that's the one I use the most, and there was a darker one as well. But the oil that's the engine oil that you could see. I kind of didn't want it to come straight down. I wanted to sort of mess about. I tried to put quite a lot and overfill it at the top to try and then turn the model upside down so that it would stay accumulated at the top, but it just dried out, and it's given the effect that it's given, which is cool. I like it. I think it looks all right. And for a first time with these pencils, now as you look at it from there, you can actually see the effect that it's had by using the dabbing. With the cotton buds. It's really had a good effect. As you can see, it looks really smart, and if you get a close up inside there, you'll get a better effect of all the marks that I've put in there. There's not as much rust on this one here because I didn't want it to sort of like be overkill, but on the next model, the one that Fleischmann did, you'll see a totally different transformation from that. But you can see on top of the tank there, there's a lot of natural looking dirt there, which makes the model stand out. I think it looks pretty cool. And here's the end of it. I've had to put buffers on because obviously it's not straight here, but you can see, let me just push it a little bit further that way so we get a better light on it. You can see the actual tank lines as well. They're really good, and the actual the rust, using them pencils, it's really changed my perception of weathering, and I'm gonna be doing this a lot more. I'm quite looking forward to getting stuck in and doing a few more wagons now, and I've tried to make it look as natural as you can possibly do without overkill and without making it look stupid, and I think I've achieved that. You can see the different variations of texture along the whole of the wagon, and some of the natural sort of like just dripping down effect from the Orca pencil, and I'm really happy with the results. I hope you guys like it. Please leave your comments below if you think there's anything I could have improved on, or apart from my camera work, of course, because I'm like rubbish with it. But this is my original one. So now, let me put that in a safe place, and let me bring you the original. So this was the original Fleischmann one, right? And as you can see, it is pants. If you look at the roof, they've just blodged white on it. They've literally just soaked it in white, and you can see that continuation down the side of the wagon. And they've gone through that kind of like just botch job, really, in my opinion. It doesn't look natural at all. It looks false. They've tried to make it look natural, and it doesn't look natural at all. It looks unnatural, in my opinion. It just looks fabricated, if you know what I mean. So that's their original one, right? And here is my finished model of that same wagon. So bear with me while I get it on the track. Now, this is a massive transformation. Obviously, they've had a lot of colour on there, which I tried to remove some of by using the swab to get it off with water. It wasn't very successful. Tried a bit of thinners. Eventually, I got quite a bit of it off. But you can see, I've retained the basics of what they had, and then I've just added mine to it. And you can see the transformation, but the biggest transformation in my opinion is this. How cool is that up there? It just looks fantastic. Let me make that smaller so you can see a better view of it. So you can actually see it's really, I think it's really come out well using the swabs and that. And it's kind of, it made me realise that it doesn't matter what you've got. If you've got the time and the energy to do something like this, you can get these kind of results. Now, I spent around about 30 minutes on my first video, and that was just doing the one that wasn't quite finished off. I hadn't done the wheels, and I had the buffers to do. So I finished that off video because obviously I wanted you guys to see the result. I wanted to get it done. But you can see from what I've done here, look at the black marks on it that look like it's dripped down. It looks fantastic compared to what it was. It looks natural. It looks like it's been in the rain. There's clog up rust along the top of, in between the walking plank, as if it's dripped down. And it just, I've took the buffers from being black and put aluminium on them, highlighted some of the railings and made it dirty and a bit of rust on it. Same with the ladder. Same as the end effect. You can see the end effect now. It's not bland anymore. It's not just one colour or two colours. It's a couple of different colours. And the whole thing, it looks more individual. It kind of looks really cool. You can see the buffers with the buffer connections on there from where they picked up grease and stuff. And that, for me, is like what weathering is about. It's to make a wagon individual, but also to make it look natural. And I'm sure you guys will agree, it's pretty natural. So listen, I'm going to call it a day on the video because obviously I don't want to make it too long. This is part 2. I'm going to be doing different wagons. I might do a slot wagon of the week or something like that, or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. Because I so enjoy using the pencils that I'm definitely going to, without a shadow of a doubt, I'm going to get in there and I'm going to do it again. So let me just put the other wagon on there to take a final picture so you can see them both together. See the final result. Because I think it warrants it. And this will actually highlight how different they do look. So that's the Fleischmann one, and there's mine. So you can see, if we pan out a bit, you can see the difference between the two. There's pretty much chalk and cheese. So it kind of like, if you saw them going along together being pulled by a single loco, I'm sure you'd agree that they look like they're from a different box. They're not from the same set, but they are from the same set. Just one was weathered by another company. And I've just added and enhanced it. And I think overall, I'm very happy with what's happened, and I'm really looking forward to getting stuck in and doing my next. Anyway, this video's gone a bit too long. I don't want to make it any longer because you've got to sit there and watch me shaking. So give us a thumbs up. I look forward to your comments. It'd be nice to have some comments. And please subscribe and click that bell, and then you'll see more models that I actually weather and do on a weekly, fortnightly, monthly basis. And thanks for watching me and listening to me again. Have a great day. Bye-bye.